Zetsubou No Shima is one of the most controversial zombie maps in all of existence. I have always been a fan, but how does it hold up nearly 8 years later? Am I still a fan? Can I complete one of the easiest Easter eggs in all of zombies, or will I miserably fail and embarrass myself? Well, let's dive into Zetsubou No Shima. Loading into the map, I am overwhelmed with the beautifully dreadful atmosphere of Zetsubou, topped with a small layer of nostalgia. I pick up the iconic water bucket and gather enough points to make my way to the challenge totem on round 1. I check my challenges, and thankfully they are easy enough to complete. You need to complete each of these challenges for multiple steps of the Easter egg, so they're kind of important to get right. Right away, I hear the plane dropping in quick revive, which was a spectacle I completely forgot about. Such a great detail. I complete the first skull ritual and then continue to open up the map. I spent the next few rounds opening up the map and trying to gain points at a good rate. Zetsubou is infamous for being an expensive map, and I really felt it in this playthrough. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough points to open the A facility during the first spider round, so I'd have to wait until the next one to get that part of the wonder weapon. I managed to buy quick revive, open up even more of the map, collect some more parts, and begin to turn on local power. Hot take, I never found this too complicated. You put in a bucket in one building, then run to the other side, put another bucket in the other building, and just open the bunker. As I tried to do every time, I was quick enough to kill the zombie before it turned into the Thrasher. I proceeded to survive the underwater lockdown, which, again, I absolutely love. It's so immersive. I turn on power and finally breathe a sigh of relief as I buy Juggernog. At this point, I start working on my challenges, open up the Pack-a-Punch, and get the pieces I need to finally equip the KT-4, one of the most underrated wonder weapons of all time. The next goal is to unlock the Skull of Non-Sapwe, but I get distracted by trying to get plane trap kills and I take my first down. But I bounce back really strong. I get my perks back and manage to complete the final rituals and get the Skull of Non-Sapwe. From here on out, all we need to do is upgrade the KT-4 and get 3 cogs, which is really easy. So I get the kills I need to complete the plane trap challenges, then I memorize this poster and open up the elevator to officially start the main quest. After a few tries, I manage to get the rainbow water and start planting this plant underwater. While doing so, I complete my underwater kills and watering plants challenges. This might have been my favorite part of this playthrough. Zetsubou, and Black Ops 3 in general, does a wonderful job of utilizing its setting within the gameplay. It really does make this entire experience more immersive and enjoyable. I made my way to the challenge podium, electrified my shield, climbed into the cage, and got 1 piece for the upgraded wonder weapon. Then I went back and electrified my shield again and made my way over to the zipline for the cog piece. If I fell here, it would be an immediate game over. I did forget what key to press to drop down, so I just spammed all of the keys and I was fine. It was not as stressful as I remember it being. I pick up the cog and then I move on. This was also the last round I needed to water the plant, so I did that. Fought my way out of the underwater caves, which is always fun, and made my way to the spider boss fight. I love this boss fight. There really is no other encounter like this in zombies. It's incredibly special. After being this huge spider's tooth fairy, I went back underground underwater and picked up the plant from the cave and created and upgraded the Masamune. Now it was time to start planting seeds to get the AA bullet for one of the cogs. I planted 3 just in case to increase my odds and began turning the rounds. Watering all 3 plants at the beginning of each round was very risky and time consuming. There's not a lot of safety features that Black Ops 3 gives you compared to Black Ops 4 and Cold War. I did use an in plain sight just to play it safe though. And then when the plants were fully grown, the first one didn't give me the bullet, and the second one did. It actually did, which is usually the luck I remember having during this step. It is pretty annoying, though, to have RNG be a part of this Easter egg. I moved on to hitting the gobblegum machine for anywhere but here, and what do you know, I got it really quickly. I used it immediately, and I was teleported to the secret room. I know this step gets a lot of criticism, but this was such a cool thing to throw into a map. Some place that is only accessible through unconventional means. It adds depth and mystery to the map, though I am very glad they didn't make gobblegums mandatory for future Easter eggs. I picked up the second cog and was ready to shoot down the plane for the final step. I took the zombie I was holding to the turret and waited until I saw the plane, and it really didn't take long, so as soon as I saw it approaching, I killed the zombie and shot down the plane in 1 try. Making sure to see where the cog landed, I was elated. I was at the boss fight and ready to go. At the end of the round, I pick up a near-death experience because I'm not taking any chances, pick up the cog, and make my way down the long elevator to the boss fight. This boss fight was a lot easier than I remember. Black Ops 3 was my first real zombie game, so I wasn't that great. I was still playing on console, and with my keyboard and mouse skills now, I was a lot more comfortable dodging and weaving between the thrashers and spiders. I have to be honest, nothing significant happened here. I just kept my eye on the boss and used my ammo as sparingly as I could, and eventually I finished the Easter egg. This cutscene is still one of the best in all of Zombies. Zetsubou has such a personal and intimate atmosphere that is unlike anything else we saw from Black Ops 3 Zombies. However, after watching the cutscene, I forgot that the game didn't just end right there, so I was able to experience one of the best training spots and camping spots in all of Black Ops 3 Zombies. This spot is so good, it'll make the Colonel's office on Firebase Z blush. I enjoyed this so much that I kind of accidentally got to round 50 just camping and messing about. And Zetsubou has one of my favorite Easter eggs ever put into Zombies. That being, at round 50, if you go to this side of the map, you can see a distant monster floating in the background. It growls and trudges through the background. The monstrous and mysterious atmosphere of Zetsubou is even more cemented with this tiny detail. It's not perfect, the thrashers were overbearing and the spiders always find a way to ruin your train, but this has got to be one of the most beautiful maps we've ever gotten. The atmosphere is tense and the scenery is tumultuous. It's a map that fully realizes and utilizes its setting and lore to create one of the most memorable and important experiences in Black Ops 3 Zombies. The Easter egg journey I'm undergoing is one of my favorite things I've ever done with the zombie franchise. And if you're looking for another banger of a Zombies experience, check out my first attempt at beating Ancient Evil. Subscribe and stay beautiful.